Yeah, my name is Timothy Kiprono. I direct the Open Governance Institute. Here today we are training the data collectors in terms of what are the tools to collect the data, how are they practical, how are they to administer the questions, how are they to deliver those questionnaires back to us once they fill, and what happens to those questions as well, because these are very crucial stakeholder in the process, or the community health volunteers are very crucial stakeholder in the process, so they need to have a holistic understanding of why this data collection. The response in terms of how the CHVs are responding to the questionnaire and to the content that we're training them is very positive, partially because these guys have been collecting data in the field, but also you realize that the questionnaire is an expanded tool that they've been using. The Ministry of Health 513, they call it MOH 513, which is a household register that these guys stay with, or the CHVs have in the household. So they have these registers. Now we've just expanded the MOH 513 to add now other sectors. The turnout, I think it's as expected, is not 100%, but over 90%, which is very good as we expected. In terms of the program, I think the program is also well designed to just to give them the necessary knowledge and information that we wanted them to have. This is the first of its kind to be done in Kenya. This will be very useful for other counties, because other counties will definitely need data for their planning. And Elgeyo has come out and said, well, we cannot continue life like this. We need to have accurate data, and that's why they're collecting. So in terms of then what does it mean for the rest of the 47 counties? I think this will generate very good lessons that then the rest of the counties can think about. Is it possible to collect on our own data? What do we need to put in place, to collect this data? What kind of logistics? What kind of equipment? What kind of materials do we need to put in place? Also, what kind of partnerships? Because this is a huge exercise that government cannot mount by itself. Then it requires other partners to be part of that process. And then that's why, for example, here you find Open Government Institute is here, the Open Institute is here, and then also look at it globally. You have this program being run under the Open Government Partnership. So there are a lot of other partnerships that needs to go into place for this kind of exercise to happen. So the training covers basically why data entry, why data collection, like why are we collecting this data? Because the people who needs to collect needs to understand. The second bit of it is just take the data collectors or the enumerators through the questionnaire. What does the tool look like? Because like I said in the beginning, this is an expanded MOH 513. So they understand the MOH 513 part, but they don't understand the rest of it, the agriculture questions, the water questions, the road questions, and all that. So we take them through each one of the questions for them to understand what each question requires to be answered, but also how each question is structured, so that then they have an idea of how to respond to the question. But then you also then strengthen that through practical session, where you allow them to fill the questionnaires, what I'll call a role play. One of the CHVs is the household, another one is the enumerator, and then you give them the chance to kind of like interact with the questionnaire. So that's what is going on, as we speak. And then now we'll just kind of like fill in any questions that CHVs might have in terms of each one of the questions. If they try to respond to a question but they face the challenge, then how do we fill in those gaps? If the household feels like this is an information that probably an household may not respond, then how do we address it here, so that even when they go to the field, they have a sufficient or substantive level of information and knowledge on the questions. So I think basically that is a summary of what the training looks like.